Number 1 Thomas fan videos are 100% AI free. We support human artists on this channel. If you enjoy the content on this channel, consider supporting the Patreon for as little as $3 a month. Thank you! The island of Sodor is well renowned for its beautiful green countrysides, white sandy beaches, and picturesque mountainscapes. Holidaymakers from all over the world flock to the island to see its railways and beautiful landmarks. Everywhere on Sodor is special, as there's truly no place quite like it. One such place is the famous Ffarqhuar Branchline, run by Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas has run his branchline for many years, and he knows it very well. His coaches, Annie and Clarabelle, adore him, as do the passengers, and his driver and firemen are very proud of him. Thomas understands his responsibilities deeply, and makes sure that his branchline runs like clockwork. Ffarqhuar Station, last stop. All change, please. All change. Ah, crackin'. 5 minutes early. You know just where to stop, Thomas. Oh, thank you, Bob. Why, if I didn't know any better, you could almost manage it without me. I could, couldn't I? Now, Thomas's driver only meant this as a joke, but Thomas didn't realize this, and had become conceited. You two won't believe what my driver just told me.
Well, what did he tell you?
He says I don't need him now.
Oh, well that's... What?
You know just where to stop, Thomas. You could almost manage it without me. His exact words. Well, that's a daft thought. Don't be so silly, Thomas.
I'm sure he was just yanking your chain.
Oh, absolutely not. He understands how much of a really useful engine I really am. And rightly so. I've run this branch line for years, and I know just what I'm doing. I know he's right. Just you wait, I'll prove it to you.
You'd never dare.
Wanna bet? I will then. You'll see. You'll see. Thomas remained insufferable and cocky for the rest of the week. Percy and Toby grew increasingly more and more tired of Thomas's attitude. One morning, the firelighter came early. He lit the fires of all 3 engines. Toby first, followed by Percy, and then Thomas. Thomas drowsed comfortably as the warmth spread through his boiler. He glanced left and right. Percy and Toby were still asleep. He then suddenly remembered. Silly stick in the muds. I'll show them. Driver hasn't come yet. I'll just go out, and then I'll stop and wheesh, and that'll make them jump. The firelighter was curious about operating a steam engine. He opened the regulator, unfastened the brake, and pulled the throttle. And then, nothing happened. Disappointed, he walked away.
Here goes,
Laughed Thomas. He began to roll forward. He thought he was being clever, but really it was only because the firelighter had messed with his controls. How clever am I? How clever am I? Thomas chanted to himself. Then Thomas realized his error. He tried to wheeze, but he couldn't. He tried to stop, but he couldn't. He just kept rolling along. There ahead of him was the stationmaster's house. The stationmaster was about to have breakfast with his family. Oh, horrors! Cried Thomas and shut his eyes.
fizzling fireboxes?
Oh, what's that?
You miserable engine! Just look what you've done to our breakfast! Now I shall have to cook some more!
How?
I think Thomas decided to pay the stationmaster's family a little visit.
Oh dear. Well, that wasn't very clever now, was it?
Oh, certainly not, my dear Percy.
Some time passed. Workmen propped up the house with strong poles and laid rails through the garden. Then the Scottish twins, Donald and Douglas, arrived. Ah, dinner fast, laddie. We'll soon have you back on the rails, they laughed. Donald and Douglas, pulling hard, managed to pull Thomas back to safety. Bits of fencing, a bush, and a broken window frame festooned his front, which was badly twisted. Afterwards, the Fat Controller arrived. He was cross.
You are a very naughty and disobedient engine.
Thomas's voice was muffled behind his bush.
You must go to the repair yards to have your front end mended. It'll be a long job. Meanwhile, the Diesel Railcar will do your work.
A diesel, sir?
Yes, Thomas. Diesels always stay in their shed until they are wanted. They never gallivant off to breakfast in station masters' houses. Perhaps a few days at the repair yard will teach you a thing or two. Until then, Percy and Toby shall have to run the branch line alone. You have put us in an awkward predicament, Thomas.
Thomas blushed and glanced at his buffers. The Fat Controller turned on his heel and left in his car. Percy and Toby were rushed off their wheels all on their own for a few days. They kept the branch line running smoothly in Thomas's absence, but they both found themselves exhausted when the day's work was done. God, what a day. I don't know about you, Toby, but I'm ragged.
Oh, positively winded. The sooner that Diesel gets here, the better.
Hopefully she's not like the last Diesel the Fat Controller got.
Come now, Percy, not every Diesel is like Diesel. Think of Rusty on the Scarlowy Railway. She's got a good engine on her shoulders.
I don't think engines have shoulders, Toby. It's a figure of speech, my dear Percy. Not to mention, more to the point, the quarry company got their own Diesel named Mavis a few years ago. She's a bit of a handful, but she's got a good heart, and that's what matters. I'm sure this Diesel will be just like her. One can only hope, Toby. One can only hope. A few days later, the Fat Controller called Percy and Toby to the junction station. When Percy and Toby arrived, they met an unfamiliar engine, with shiny green paintwork and a boxy shape. This, said the Fat Controller,
is Daisy, the Diesel Railcar, who shall be taking over while Thomas is, indisposed.
Please, sir, will she go home, sir, when Thomas comes back, sir?
Percy!
What? We're both thinking it.
Well, that depends. Until then, I trust you two will make sure she feels welcome. Yes, sir. We will, sir.
We'll do our best, sir.
Good. Run along to the top station and show her to the sheds. She'd like to rest after her long journey, I imagine. Righto. Come on, Daisy.
Daisy was hard to please.
She shuddered at the engine shed.
You call this an engine shed? I couldn't possibly stay here. And why not? Why not? Why not? Do you even know who I am? I am a highly sprung diesel railcar, tip-top and thoroughly modern. Anything smelly is bad for my swerves.
No problem. We'll just take you to the carriage shed instead. You're kind of like a carriage.
This is certainly better. But whatever is that rubbish over there? Ooh, that's just rude. We are certainly not old rubbish.
That's Annie, Clarabelle, and Henrietta, and they don't appreciate your attitude.
Well, frankly, I don't appreciate their presence, so if you could be so kind as to remove them... No, if you think you can just waltz in here and make all the decisions, then you are sorry. No, Percy, take us away. We won't stay here to be insulted. So Toby and Percy took the coaches away. They had to spend the entire night soothing their hurt feelings. Toby and Percy were exhausted the next morning. Daisy, however, felt bright and cheerful. She twittered as she pulled up to the top station. Look at me! I am the latest diesel, highly sprung and bang up to date. Once you've ridden with me, you'll never want Thomas's old bumpy old Annie and Clarabelle again. No sirree.
Top of the morning, Daisy.
Oh, good morning, Toby. Huh? What's the meaning of this?
Oh, these are the milk vans. They're due out every morning on the first train. Wait about, I'll go get the brake van.
They expect me to pull those?
Surely. It's only 2 cars and a brake van.
Well, I won't. Percy can do it. He likes messing around with trucks. He's right there. Why don't you ask him? Well, I'm building up steam pressure because I have trucks to pick up at the harbor. The dairy isn't on the harbor line. So that leaves you to do the milk run. Now stop complaining and back down. Daisy began to shudder violently. Percy's right. Come on, we're wasting time. Daisy continued to shudder with disgust, and then she lurched backwards. In her rage, she blew a fuse. I told you! Everyone argued with her, but it was no good. I simply cannot do this job. It's fitter's orders.
Fitter's orders? What's fitter's orders?
My fitter, Randall Cunningham, is a very nice man. He comes every week and examines me carefully. Daisy, he says, never pull. You're highly sprung, and pulling is bad for your swerves. So that's how it is.
That's the most stupidest nonsense I've ever heard.
I can't understand. What made the Fat Controller send us such a feeble... Feeble? You let me. Oh, can you all stop arguing? Said a voice. It was Mrs. Kindly. Can't you all see we're late already? We all have places to be.
Ugh, Mrs. Kindly's right. Uncouple the milk vans, we'll have Toby take them. Mavis will simply have to handle the shunting at the quarry on her own for a minute.
So the vans were uncoupled, and Daisy purred away like engine. She could now enjoy her journey.
Daisy chuckled.
Fit as orders. That's a good story, and it worked like a charm. I'll simply do just what work I please, and no more. But Daisy said it to herself. Daisy continued to travel light. She enjoyed traveling this way without anything behind her. Toby and Percy would have to pick up the slack wherever they could. Percy grew increasingly more infuriated with Daisy, whereas Toby tried to be as patient as possible. Due to this, Daisy grew to dislike Percy, but when it came to Toby, she at least tolerated him. Though she did have her grievances with him. You know, Toby, I hope you don't find me rude, but do you have any explanation for why you wear those skirts? My skirts? Oh, you mean my cow catchers and side plates? They're a safety precaution, you see. They're there to protect people and animals from being dragged under my wheels should they stray onto the line. The quarry tramway runs through the town, so to make sure everyone's protected, my wheels are covered. It's against the rules to run through the town with uncovered wheels without special permission. I think you're just frightened. Pardon? All you've got to do is blow your whistle or sound your horn. Animals and people will always move if you toot and look them in the eye. Even bulls? Even bulls! We have a couple of bulls on this branch line. You fancy tooting your horn and making them move out of the way? Oh, absolutely. It would be easy. You're just the scaredy engine. Just then, Daisy's guard blew his whistle. Dreadfully sorry, little Toby. I'd love to stay and help you build your confidence, but I must go. My passengers need me. Daisy traveled down the branch line. On her way, she saw a small crossing. She sounded her horn, then a man and a horse stopped and waited for her to pass. Nothing to it. Silly old Toby. I'm sorry he's frightened. Meanwhile, up the line, a farmer was having some trouble. He was selling his prized bull, Champion, who was never really fierce, but today he was cross. He had wandered off, broken the fence, slithered down a hill, and didn't know where he was. He looked at the grass by the line side. Now for my breakfast, he thought, and he began to graze on the grass by the side of the line. When Daisy arrived at the next station, she was flagged down. Old Champion's done it again. He's run away and broken the fence enclosing his field. Silly bull. Now he's by the line side. Can you go and handle him for us? Oh, must I do all of the work on this Metro Camel-forsaken branch? A bull? Oh, how stupid of me. Of course I will. He'll be out of the way in no time. Just you wait. Daisy saw the chance to show off to Toby and was delighted. She went up the line and found Champion just outside a tunnel. He continued to graze without a thought in the world. Daisy sounded her horn, and nothing happened. She sounded it again, and still nothing. Come on, said her driver. Let's give him a little bit of a nudge. I don't think I want to do that. Why not? We'll be careful. We'll make sure he won't get hurt. And we won't get hurt either. He's harmless. Yes. I know he's harmless, and you know he's harmless. But does he know? Oh, look at those horns. If we're not careful, he might hurt me. Them. Maybe we should go back up the line and... Ah! Daisy yelped. She looked ahead to find herself face to face with Champion. Nice bull. Good bull. Champion sniffed at Daisy. Daisy shuddered, and that was that. She did no more. Toby pulled into Hackenbeck. He was flat down just like Daisy was. Champion's by the line. Can you go and shoe him for us, please? Daisy already passed through here. She knows all about bulls. Why didn't she handle him? She tried. Now she's in the shed shuddering with fear. Toby glanced over. Sure enough, there was Daisy shuddering in the shed, absolutely petrified. Toby couldn't help but chuckle. He went over to Daisy to have a few words with her. So, handling bulls wasn't as easy as you thought, was it? Oh well, we all live and learn. Leave it to me, I'll go handle him. So much for an engine who's afraid, wouldn't you agree? Daisy said nothing. She just growled like an angry wolf. Toby laughed and headed up the line. It didn't take Toby long to find Champion. He wheezed steam, blew his whistle at him, and then, breakfast over, Champion walked off happily with the farmers and was taken to his new home. Toby returned to the sheds that night to find a very puzzled Percy waiting for him. Where's Miss Park Avenue? I haven't seen her since this morning. Oh, it's a bit of a tale, Toby chuckled, and told Percy all about the day's events. By the end of the story, Percy was fighting the urge not to laugh. Huh, and she thought you were frightened. Well, between you and me, I think we both know who was really frightened. As for Daisy, she still stayed put at the same shed she parked herself in after running to Champion. Some boys came up to her. The station master told them all about the incident with Daisy and the bull, and they were looking to tease. Oi, Daisy, check this out. I've got some sweets. They're called bullseyes. I think they're super, don't you? Ah, keep your old bullseyes, groaned Daisy, and she went indignantly to sleep. Daisy returned to normal service the next morning, and nothing more was said. Toby and Percy thought it best that they daren't mention bulls, but Daisy still felt that they knew only too well. She was a quieter, wiser Daisy, but she still remained ever lazy and stubborn. This annoyed some engines more than others. Top of the morning, Percy. I see Daisy's left the milk again. Yes, I shall have to make a separate run with it. Anyone would think either I've nothing to do or that I'm her errand boy. It's degrading, Toby, if I'm using that in the right context. No, I understand. Tell you what, let's swap jobs. I'll take the milk van. You can go pick up my trucks at the quarry and bring them down here to the cutting shed. Oh, thank you, Toby. Anything's better than picking up Little Miss Perfect slack again. Percy's driver and fireman and Toby's driver and fireman spoke to the station master, and when they all came to an agreement, Percy was given special permission to travel up the quarry tramway. Percy joyfully journeyed up the tramway. He had never been to the quarry before and was excited. Wow, so this is the quarry. I better get to work. Percy went and found the turntable, and then quickly began to arrange his freight cars. Look, Shop! Smartly there! That
That's no way to speak. This is Toby and Mavis's quarry. Percy hasn't the right to poke his funnel in here and boss us around.
Yeah, teach him a lesson.
Come along, no nonsense now.
That's what you think. Let's give him nonsense.
The cars began to plan their tricks, but they came so quietly Percy didn't notice. Percy left the quarry and began the return journey to the top station. Ahead, he saw a large notice which read, "All trains stop to pin down brakes." "Brakes, God, please," Percy whistled. But before Percy's guard could check his brakes, the trucks began their tricks.
We'll show you to boss us around. On!
The trucks surged forward and Percy's driver and fireman lost control. Percy careened down the line at a tremendous speed. "Help! Help!" he cried. Percy put every ounce of weight and steam against the cars, but they still pushed him on and on. A man keeping guard at the crossing was able to halt traffic with his red flag, but was unable to switch Percy onto the runaway siding. Percy sped through the town, the cars laughing and jeering behind him. Daisy was picking up passengers at the top station. When frantically trying to grip the rails, Percy slipped into the yard. "Help! Help! Percy? Look out! Look out!" Percy had smashed right into a balustrade in the yard. He broke the brake van to smithereens and laid perched in the first car from the van. Daisy stared with terror before quickly collecting herself. Special announcement to all passengers aboard. This service is now cancelled. We apologize for the delay. Bertie here will take you all to your destinations. What? I have business to take care of. And before Daisy could say anything else, she shot up the line like a rocket. Daisy! Daisy! Come back! Oh dear.
We've been having entirely too many passengers lately. If I have to carry another bag or box, I might burst. And these wretched milk vans are not helping with my mood.
What'd I ever do to you, lady?
She acts like this every day and you never get used to it. Never, ever.
Hey, that sounds like
Daisy? Oh, what could she possibly want?
Maybe she's come to free us from this hag at last.
I'll second that.
What did you just call me, you good-for-nothing
Elsie, shush.
Emergency! Emergency!
Daisy, whatever are you talking about?
There's been an accident at the top station. That's what I'm talking about. I need your help right away.
An accident? Say no more. We haven't a moment to lose.
Toby grabbed a breakdown train and together he and Daisy charged for the top station. Bless my bell. Percy, are you alright? Yeah, mostly embarrassed. I'm ready to come down now. Don't worry, we'll get you back on solid ground as soon as we figure out how to get past these trucks. Wait up, I'll tell the station master to telephone the quarry manager. They'll send for Mavis for sure. The quarry manager understood the severity of the situation and quickly dispatched Mavis to help. With the line now cleared, Toby began to move the cranes into place as the fat controller drove in. He'd been having a day trip with his family at the time and was quite cross with the disturbance.
Well, Percy, this is quite the fine mess you found yourself in. We must now try to run the branch line with only Toby and the Diesels. You've put us in yet another awkward predicament.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Toby, leave the cranes there, actually. We'll leave Percy here until Thomas gets back. Perhaps it'll teach you to be careful with trucks.
Percy sighed as he felt the trucks quiver under his wheels.
As for you, the Fat Controller bellowed at Daisy. Engines on my railway work hard. I send lazy engines away. I've heard you've been nothing but lazy. So needless to say...
Sir, Daisy, I was actually very proactive after Percy's accident.
She leapt into action and put this whole rescue in motion. Why, if that's not the makings of a really useful engine, I don't know what is. Oh, well, coming from an engine as trustworthy as Toby, I can concede I might have jumped the gun a little bit. You shall have another chance, Daisy, but you're on a rather tight leash.
Oh, thank you, sir. I won't let you down. I'll be a really useful engine. Toby will help me. Right, Toby?
Oh, most certainly, Daisy. Good. What our Toby doesn't know about branchline problems isn't worth knowing. Our Toby is an experienced engine.
The Fat Controller returned to his car, and he and his family left. Toby, why did you stick up for me there? Upon reflection, I've been nothing but rude since I first got here. I probably deserve to be sent away.
You've been prideful and selfish, yes, but there's clearly a really useful engine deep down inside. You proved that today, for sure. You're a good engine, Daisy, and we're glad to have you on this branch line.
Mavis and even Percy agreed. After today's ordeals, there was no railcar they'd rather have than Daisy. Beep, beep! Morning, Mrs. Kindly! Oh, good morning, Thomas! The next morning, Thomas returned home. Morning, Terence! Good morning, Thomas. Welcome back. Hi, everyone! Guess who's back? Thomas! Welcome back! We missed you! Annie and Clarabelle, I missed you too. Come on, let's get a move on. Our passengers are waiting. Hello, Bertie. Guess who's back? Oh, Thomas, you old rascal. It's good to see you. How about a race? Sorry, Bertie. I can't today. I have to be a really useful engine and run my branch line on time. I guess that means I win. Perhaps another day.
It's good to have him back. Up and at 'em, Percy. Let's get you to the junction.
Time already. Percy was sent to the repair yard to be mended after his accident. Daisy is now good friends with Percy, Toby, and Mavis, though Thomas is rather jealous. Toby has taught Daisy a great deal. She shoot a cow off the line all by herself the other day.
Oh, come on, move!
Run along now, dear.
Huh? You're welcome.
That shows you, doesn't it?
trucks and hauling freight. Hey! 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 Red and green and brown and blue, they're the really useful crew. Down the hills and round the bends, Thomas and his friends. Hey! 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 Thomas, he's a cheeky one, his name but lots of fun. Pulls the mail on time, knows her stuff, toots and huffs and puffs, thunders down the line. Edward wants to help and share. Toby, well, let's say he's swear. They're two, they're four, they're six, they're eight, shunting trucks and hauling freight.